We're with National Coach Brandon Slay, the resident coach here in Freestyle at the Olympic Training Center. And, you know, where the Olympic teams are training right now, but you're also working very closely with a special group of 5 athletes that train here at the Training Center who made the Field of Junior World Team. Let's talk a little bit about the developmental program and the success of the athletes training here and getting the opportunity to compete and represent our country at the Worlds in Thailand.
Well, we believe to develop our cadets and junior level guys, they need to be wrestling with our senior level guys, ideally. That's a benefit to the senior level guys, wrestling some younger guys, but it's clearly a benefit to our junior guys wrestling senior level guys. So the plan was a year ago to bring some of these junior level guys out here, get them training with the senior guys, and put multiple guys on the junior world team to go over to Thailand in September and win more medals. And that was the plan a year ago, and thankfully that's where we're at. We have 5 guys from here in Colorado Springs that train in our room at the Olympic Training Center that will go to Thailand in September to represent our country.
How much improvement did you see in them during this year? I mean, clearly a few of them got a chance to wrestle in the Olympic trials. You had an opportunity for some of them to go and wrestle foreign athletes, and they were training daily with some of the best senior athletes in the country. What was their improvement curve, and did the program work as you guys had planned it going in a year ago?
Well, I think they improved dramatically, and I think the program definitely did work. It was for sure a process when they first got here, wrestling a lot of the senior level guys. You know, they kind of, they got beat up a little bit, got a lot of points scored on them, got turned a lot, but it was kind of a sink or swim mentality, and they decided to swim. They decided to continue to work hard and stick with it. And then after about 5 months, 6 months, 7 months, you saw all that time that they put in early on really start to pay off as they started beating our top level guys at the Schultz tournament in February, as they started qualifying for the Olympic trials, as they started winning Field of Juniors, and then clearly as multiple guys, 5 guys made the junior world team.
Do they kind of have a camaraderie between them that, you know, they're kind of going into this as a group rather than as individuals like most kids do at that age level?
Yeah, I think that we have a team feel, our team OTC here, that we have an overall team feel, but you know, inside of that they have their junior world team feel, where those guys hang out, they encourage each other, they push each other, and those guys are excited to work with our Olympic team the rest of the summer before we leave to prepare for their world championships, which again are in September. So like right now, today for example, our junior world team guys are in the room with our Olympic team guys, you know, wrestling, drilling, and getting better, which again, that was the plan a year ago, and thankfully that plan has come to fruition.
Let's talk about each guy. I mean, let's start from the bottom, move up with weights, the Field of Junior guys. Earl's the lightest one, right?
Well, we got Cordova, which is 50 kilos. He lives here in Colorado Springs, and so though because of school, in the past he couldn't come in as much, he has been able to come in some, and he was able to make the team at 50 kilos. And then we have Earl Hall at 60 kilos. So he was the young man that qualified for the Olympic trials, had some big wins over guys at the Olympic trials.
Yeah, he wrestled Henry Cejudo in the first match. Right, gave him a fight.
Right, you have 18-year-old qualifying for Olympic trials in his very first draw, his very first match as the reigning Olympic champ. So, you know, he double-legged him, hit him in a front headlock, scored some points on him, which I think was great confidence for Earl. Though he didn't win that match, he was told and encouraged that, hey, you can score points on the best guys in the world, right? He said, yes, coach. And he realized that, and he took confidence from that. And I think that he really used that going into the junior world team trials.
How about Destin? He's looked good.
Destin is a guy, again, that took some, you know, I think took some lumps early on in the year wrestling with a lot of senior level guys. And then as he went into the Field of Juniors, he was like, hey, I get to wrestle some high school seniors and some guys my age finally. And we're like, yeah. So he went there with the whole sense of renewed confidence and got the outstanding wrestler, pinned the guy in the finals, and again, made the junior world team as excited to wrestle in September.
Patrick Downey, I mean,
Yeah, Patrick Downey is a guy, the same thing. You know, he jumped in and started wrestling with a lot of our top 84 kilo and 96 kilo guys, and again, won the Field of Juniors, made the junior world team, and he's poised to do some damage.
Let's talk a little bit about your big guy, Tanner Hall.
Yeah, well, Tanner Hall, he made the junior world team last year, so he's a guy that believed that he should have been on the junior world team again this year. So he kind of came in this year with, I think, probably a little higher level of confidence than the other guys because he'd been on the junior world team before. And again, Tanner kind of took some lumps, but he finished strong. He didn't win the Field of Juniors, but he finished strong by making, you know, the junior world team. And Tanner's a guy that has the sky's the limit for him as far as potential is concerned.
Perspective of these guys, are they medal contenders going in as your coach? Do you feel that they can come home with gold medals?
I believe that multiple guys are medal contenders that can come home with gold medals. And I think last year at the Junior Worlds, out of those 8 weight classes, we came home with 1 medal. Logan Stieber came home with a silver, and for America, for United States Wrestling, that's not good. 1 out of 8 medals, we look at that and that's not good for us. And of course the country looks at us and says, well, what are you guys gonna do? You're only winning 1 medal at the Junior Worlds. How are you gonna develop these cadets and these juniors? How are you gonna become more successful down the road? Well, our answer is to bring these guys out when they're younger, 8th graders, 9th graders, 10th graders, 11th graders, to get them developing and training with our senior level guys. And that's the plan moving forward. And thus far, it seems to be working well.
Outstanding. Thanks, Brandon.